there's no good in it for the child at all. It's going to spiral out of control and just lead to nothing but severe health consequences in their future.
Well, when you talk about those severe consequences, obviously we think of that hypertension, the cardiovascular disease, the hyperlipidemia, the increased asthma. But one thing that I don't know if people talk about so much, but what we're seeing as school nurses across the state is an increase in mental health disorders.
Really?
And, in particular depression. And when you look at a child who's obese, they, not always, but obese children sometimes tend to shy away from the groups that they used to be with. And so mental health is another concern of obesity. And you talked about type 2 diabetes. I've been an RN for 34 years, and 34 years ago, you didn't hear of children with type 2 diabetes. Right. In 2009, a survey done by the Department of Health and Senior Services with all of the schools across the state of Missouri showed that we had 711 school-aged children with type 2 diabetes.
Wow.
Something that we didn't used to hear about.
Probably dependent on either a pill of some form or an insulin injection.
Exactly.
School-age children giving themselves shots of insulin. Not because of type 1 diabetes, which you cannot prevent, but type 2, which you can prevent.
Totally preventable. Obesity is preventable, it is treatable, but we have to be able to reach not only the children, but the adult models, our society, the restaurant businesses. Some have moved towards healthier meals, but with families relying so much on food other than what's bought in the produce section of the grocery store,
yes,
we need to have a change in attitude out there.
And I think a lot of it is lack of education, because I know before I lost weight and I was obese, it was easy to go pick up that frozen dinner, throw it in the microwave, because I didn't know how to cook. And I had the conception that, well, that takes too long, I don't know how to do it. You really can get some basic fresh green things, fresh fruits, prepare a meal for a child in less than 20 minutes. And it'd be completely nutritious. So I think that, there's a lot of different factors, but education is a key component for the parents.
I think that if parents were actually shown how to prepare a meal in 20 minutes that's nutritious, they might actually look at it and say, I could do that.
Right.